Morophon the Boundless, Human Tribal versus Zacama, Primal Calamity. Let's see who can ramp fastest. We're on the draw at least, so hopefully we can get some good stuff going. I've just removed a couple of lands from the deck because every time I've played this deck so far we've drawn into a bunch of lands and nothing else. We'll get the Sol Ring down on turn 1. And this is Human Tribal. It's combo-centric Human Tribal, first bit of ramp for Zacama. And didn't really think that we were going to beat our opponent too heavily in the red zone with humans, so decided to go this route instead. Trophy Mage is in here to get Cloudstone Curio because there are a few combos we can get with that, one of which is with Burning Tree Emissary. We can go Burning Tree Emissary, Breya, and Cloudstone Curio. And that will get us infinite Thopters and infinite Gruul mana. Yeah, we'll just get down the tap land and throw it back over to our opponent. Zacama Primal Calamity is 9 mana in Naya for a 9/9 Vigilance Reach Trample Elder Dinosaur. When it enters the battlefield, if you cast it, untap all lands you control. And for 3 in red, you can Lightning Bolt a creature. For 3 in green, you can Naturalize. And for 3 in white, you can gain 3 life. Now, what do we want to do here? I think Trophy Mage into the Cloudstone Curio is good. And then Trophy Mage can also get Chromatic Lantern, which we already have, and Phyrexian Altar. And there might be some other bits as well. Fist of Suns is good as well, but we want Cloudstone Curio. We'll play a land and get that Cloudstone Curio out. And then I think it's a stop on the upkeep in case we decide to Vampiric Tutor. How much mana do we have next turn? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So we can go for our commander and then try and combo off. Oh, Horn of Greed is out as well, so that is landfall, draw a card. Our opponent does get another land from that. They are on 5, 6, 7. So a couple of lands away from getting Zacama into play, but we have, that's good, a couple of fetches. And I am going to crack the fetches just to draw a card. Cloudstone Curio will bounce a permanent type of the type that enters. If we want it to, we don't want to bounce lands though. Say no to that, and then we will crack the Bloodstained Mire. And we will get the Volcanic Island, and say no to Cloudstone again. Oh, and it doesn't work like that. It's whenever a player plays a land, it's not landfall technically, so we don't get a couple of draws with the fetches there like I thought we would. Down comes Morophon. We're going to name humans. It is Human Tribal. And I think we can bounce the Trophy Mage. So let's bounce that and then we can recast it if we want to. Now what we want to do is, we need to keep our fingers crossed that Morophon makes it to next turn. They do make a land drop. They go for 3 visits. So they're still ramping into their commander. We're hoping to combo off next turn, hopefully. What we want to do is go for Breya now. Now, with Breya and Burning Tree Emissary, they're not infinite with Cloudstone Curio, but we can really take advantage of the two of them by bouncing Breya and Burning Tree Emissary around. It's any free spell that we can get down with Morophon and Breya effectively, so that we can get Thopters down every single time and just get a lot of value out of them. Unfortunately, Breya will not trigger Cloudstone Curio because she is an artifact creature. Vampiric Tutor in for Breya. And we draw an additional card thanks to Rites of Flourishing, so we can also play a couple of extra lands. So let's go for both of those. And then it is Breya for free because she costs Wooburg less to cast. And then we'll get down Burning Tree Emissary. That triggers the Cloudstone Curio. We'll get Gruul from her. And then we'll say yes and target Breya. Replay Breya. Now unfortunately that doesn't go infinite, but it is a nice way for us to get some good value. I say we go for Eternal Witness here. Eternal Witness will get back the Vamp Tutor. And we'll say yes to that. And then yes to Cloudstone Curio, bouncing the Burning Tree Emissary. We'll play Burning Tree Emissary, and that will trigger Cloudstone Curio once again. And we'll say yes, going after Breya. Replay Breya. And she doesn't trigger the Cloudstone Curio because she is an artifact creature. But we do get Thopters every time we do this. Let's go for the Vithian Renegades. And we'll do the Burning Tree Breya thing again. Blow up the Horn of Greed. And our opponent decides to scoop at that. I don't know if we're actually going to win that one, to be honest. Our opponent could have blown up a bunch of artifacts. Clearly they were just bored of us doing that. But the Zacama player is very good at blowing up artifacts and enchantments, so yeah, I think they could have gotten rid of our Breya there. We probably would have kept Breya in our hand. And maybe cast Grand Abolisher and Trophy Mage to keep both Burning Tree Emissary and Breya in hand so that we could keep going for that and start to swing in at our opponent for a lot of damage. But yeah, there's the Breya and Burning Tree Emissary combo. Not infinite, but we can get a lot of stuff done with that. And if we have something like Vanquisher's Banner, or the Kindred enchantment that draws a card every time a creature type of our choice enters, then we're drawing cards every time we do that as well. Plus the fact that if we get our opponent's life total low enough, then we can start throwing lightning bolts around at players or planeswalkers with Breya and these Thopters as well. So didn't necessarily have the game won there, but our opponent didn't want to play that out any further, so that's victory to us as far as I'm concerned. Hopefully you all enjoyed this little combination of humans with Morophon the Boundless. I'm tribalkai on the EDH channel. Thank you for watching. Alright, this time up against Neheb Dreadhorde Champion. Plenty of lands in hand, so I've opted to keep this one. We drew into Mantis Rider. So I think we'll just go for the plains here. We might want to get into that Mantis Rider on turn 3. But we could also go for the Changeling on turn 2. Just an ever-flowing chalice for our opponent, so we may see Neheb next turn. They need to get into another red mana. Let's just get down our Changeling creature. Unsettled Mariner from Modern Horizons has every creature type, which counts towards humans in this deck. Whenever you or a permanent you control becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, you counter it unless they pay 1. Well, there's that second red, so we may see Neheb here. Nope, just going for Font of Mythos. Well, that's our card draw sorted out. We draw an additional 2 cards at the beginning of our turn thanks to that. I think we're going for Cultivate here. We've got plenty of lands in hand, but it does ramp us by a mana, as well as sorting out a land drop for an extra turn. And then we'll pass like that and we'll get rid of the City of Brass. We are not going to struggle on Wooburg this game, so we can resist as much damage as possible by getting rid of the Brass. Alright, a Grim Monolith. Still not seen Neheb, which is surprising. Then again, our Neheb deck is clearly built very, very differently to this one. Ours, we want to get Neheb down as soon as possible and get commander damage off. Alright, Kindred Discovery. And the Avacyn's Pilgrim, that is a free mana dork when our commander's in play. Yeah, I think we actually ramp here. I was thinking of Kindred Discovery there, which is why we went for the Volcanic Island, but I think we just go for ramp with the Avacyn's Pilgrim. And that'll get us closer to Morophon, which is 7 mana to cast, so we'll just get down this Flying Vigilance Haster and swing straight in at our opponent. All the creatures that are in play are free if we get down Morophon, and there are some Cloudstone Curio shenanigans that we can do by consistently bouncing and recasting creatures for free. Alright, Incendiary Command, 2 damage to each of our creatures and blowing up our Bayou. They will have to pay an extra mana thanks to our Changeling because they're targeting one of our permanents in the Bayou. So we lose 3 permanents. That's a good 3 for 1 from our opponent. At least get to keep the Mantis Rider. Well, we were looking pretty good there, but we've been set back a fair old way. Let's just get down a land. And we'll shock in the Overgrown Tomb because we did lose our Bayou, so that can replace that. And then I'd quite like to cast this Vithium Renegades to get rid of the Font of Mythos. We've got plenty of card drawing. We've got a couple of card draw sources in hand with Vanquisher's Banner and Kindred Discovery. So getting rid of our opponent's card draw would be preferable here, I think. And then we can hold up Enlightened Tutor and go for the Cloudstone Curio. And that way, if we get into another free spell, like the Mantis Rider would be a free spell with Morophon, if we can get into another free creature spell, then we can bounce the 2 back and forth with a Cloudstone Curio. And if Kindred Discovery is in play, then we'll be able to draw our deck pretty much. Just get rid of the banner here because we have Kindred Discovery in hand, so I don't think we need both of them. A Chandra, Torch of Defiance. Hope that isn't going in for the -4 on one of our creatures. Although I think it's likely that it is. Yep, that's exactly what they go for after the Mantis Rider. So that scuppers our plan of trying to combo off, but I think we still go in for Cloudstone Curio here. Because it's still really good with Kindred Discovery, even if we're having to put some mana into the creatures. First off, we will swing in at Chandra, make sure to get rid of her. Our opponent's got plenty of mana and still 5 cards in hand, so we want to deal with her. And we'll get down Cloudstone Curio. And we'll get down this E-Witness. And Eternal Witness can grab back the Enlightened Tutor, because there's still plenty of good things we can get with that. Even if it's just something like a Chromatic Lantern. And that triggers the Cloudstone Curio because we had a creature enter with the Eternal Witness, so we can bounce back the Rakdos Artifact Blower-Upper. And probably go after that Everflowing Chalice next turn. Oh, but that's a Wheel of Fate by our opponent. Yeah, there's nothing we can do about that. Had some good stuff in hand there, and those cards aren't terrible that we have, but I actually preferred our previous hand. Wow, and they're even going to manage to get rid of Cloudstone Curio with the Goblin Crater Maker. That's not good. We rely on Cloudstone for quite a few of our combos. Safi and Zulaport are combo pieces at least. And Guardian Project is really good card draw as well. That somewhat replaces the Kindred Discovery. So it's not the end of the world. Yeah, I say we just get down the Guardian Project here and we can start drawing cards. The more cards we draw, the closer we get to combo pieces. Let's go for a Nature's Law into the Mana Vault, and that can be our turn. Just swing in at our opponent with an Eternal Witness, and then we can see if we're finally going to see the Narset Dreadhorde champion. Haven't seen either commanders so far this game. Well, that's too expensive for a Dreadhorde champion. Oh, it is an Inferno Titan though. That is... yeah, that's really good. Guessing they're just going to ping Eternal Witness and shock us. Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. So no shenanigans with Cloudstone and Eternal Witness either. Yeah, we really need to try and get this combo with those 4 cards going. It's a tall order, but we don't have Cloudstone Curio anymore, and a lot of combinations in this deck are reliant on Cloudstone. Let's get down our commander here. And then we can start getting out some free humans, or much cheaper humans, I should say. That will trigger the Guardian project, so we can draw a card. Just mana, unfortunately. We'll draw a card with Safi. More mana. Well, we've got 2 more shots. Have to put a mana into both Reflector Mage and the Zulaport Cutthroat. But we do get into one of our combo pieces there. We're just 1 away at this point. If we can get really lucky, we might just get this going. Well, apparently we don't need to. Our opponent preeminently scooped there. They've obviously seen Safi and Renegade Rallier combo off with each other before, but they won't just combo off together like that. We do need a sack outlet, which we don't have either in play or on the field yet. So I think they have scooped too early there. Let's try and see what we would have drawn into. Renegade Rallier would have taken us into Assassin's Trophy. Okay, so we would have to then play the Zulaport Cutthroat. That would draw us into the Burning Tree Emissary. We can get that down for free. Oh, and that's a combo on its own with what's it called? Cloudstone Curio. Although we don't have the Cloudstone Curio available to us, of course. But those 2 creatures can just bounce each other in and out of play. And we can draw infinite cards, do infinite damage if we can give the Zertar haste. So yeah, that's another little combination. Okay, that would have gotten us into a Fiend Hunter. One of those pieces of Gruul mana could have gone into that. And then we did have white from the Mana Confluence, so we could have cast that. We don't have to target something with Fiend Hunter. Okay, the luck just keeps on coming. Then we would have gotten into Medley Mage, probably naming our opponent's commander with that. And that draws us yet another card. Okay, another human. We would have had to put the last piece of Gruul mana into that. And gotten into more humans with the more humans we cast. And would you look at that? Is that a lucky chain of events or not? The last combo piece. So, even though our opponent scooped early, as it happens we were going to win that turn anyway. Cartel Aristocrat is the last combo piece, along with Zulaport Cutthroat, Safi Eriksdotter, and the Renegade Rallier. Safi Eriksdotter will sacrifice herself and put her ability onto Renegade Rallier, meaning that the next time the Rallier will die, it'll come back into play. And then when Renegade Rallier does come back into play, we return a permanent with CMC 2 or less from graveyard to battlefield. If we had a permanent leave the battlefield this turn, which we obviously do thanks to Safi, the way we get rid of Renegade Rallier is by sacrificing it to Cartel Aristocrat. And then Renegade Rallier will come back, it'll bring back the Safi Eriksdotter, and we can do that over and over and over again. Every time one of those creatures dies, Zulaport will ping our opponent for 1, and we'll just drain our opponent out of the game. So there we are. It looked like a premature scoop there, and it was, but as it happens we were going to win that one anyway. It was a pretty far-fetched way to win the game once we got rid of Cloudstone Curio and Eternal Witness, but played on, and it just so happens that we managed to get the combo going. Or we would have done, had our opponent not scooped. So hopefully you all enjoyed that Morophon the Boundless Human Tribal combo deck. I'm tribalkai on the EDH channel. Thank you for watching.